What's going on, guys? Ted from Immersion here, and it's time for your DM's Guild Spotlight. Sorry I've been a little lax on these. I was sick for a little while, and a couple things got out of control, and I did receive the Tome of Beasts from Cobalt Press, which there'll be a review on that coming soon, so stay on the lookout for that. But this week, I have for you a new race. This is called the Salsu. It's a monkey-based race from the folks at Three Cities Publishing, and I'm not too familiar with if this is based off of anything, so if it is, let me know. But from what I can tell, and the description written here on the DM's Guild, it's not doesn't seem to be based on anything specific. It also is currently available for pay what you want. So you can pay any amount from 0 to however much you want to pay. I was actually approached by the folks from Three Cities Publishing to do this review. So I said, well, what the hell, why not, right? I need to come up with something to do anyway. I also hear in the future they are working on a whole book of some kind. I'm not really sure what it will be, but you can expect that I'll be reviewing it at some point in the future. So let's dive right into the race. My comments to the folks from Three Cities Publishing, maybe tweak the font a little bit. This light kind of sky powder blue color doesn't really go very well with the kind of tan. I like the background, how it looks like it's stone maybe, or like a wall, but this light blue is kind of striking and hard to read. I think a white would be good. Maybe outline it with a little bit of black, because your new race up here works fine. And here's a little picture of a Salsu, kind of give you an idea. Kind of anthropomorphic monkey character, and there is a little background on the characters, as there is, very similar to what you'd find in the player's handbook. Little information about where they can be found, how they're covered in hair, they wear loose-fitting clothing, their culture is easygoing and peaceful, with a focus on convenience and helping those in need, which bodes well for being an adventurer, honestly. Reading and meditation are common hobbies, give you a little bit of flavor for when you're building your own Salsu character. Also, I feel like monkeys are monkeys are liked by a lot of people, and building a monkey character would be cool. So I actually know a couple people that would probably love to play one of these characters. Lack for learning new abilities and problem solving, which we'll get into when we talk about the class abilities. Protecting the innocent and strengthening the community are common ideals. They tend to be selfless and dedicated. Again, excellent qualities in an adventurer, even a beginning adventurer or somebody you want to slot into an existing campaign. Not a bad idea. You have male names, female names, and family names. So what do you get? You get a +2 to your dexterity score, so that fits for a lot of classes. Reach adulthood at around 15, live to be about 75. Most are lawful good, they're community oriented, but alignment's kind of fluid in 5th edition. Stand between 4 or 5 feet tall, weigh 70 to 125 pounds, you're medium size. 30-foot walking speed, dark vision is 60 feet, fairly common. You gain proficiency in 2 tools of your choice, which is actually different. A lot of the races in the player's handbook give you access to a skill, multiple skills. Like a half-elf gets 2 skills, variant human gets 1, elves get perception, half-orcs get intimidation. This gets you 2 skills. That's fairly different. This kind of works into what we talked about before, their whole ability to be quick learners and things like that, so that makes sense. They get proficiency in the athletics skill, makes sense as a monkey, one who likes to climb. And you have advantage on athletics checks when climbing, jumping, and running. Again, you are a monkey, makes sense. You speak, read, and write Common and Salsunian. The Salsu language is rarely known by outsiders, though they make no effort to keep it secret. The language sounds graceful and is usually softly spoken, or spoken softly. There are 2 sub-races, the Silvertail and the Dusk Watcher. Silvertail, you have Silvertail. Common reserved are more apt to become aggressive when they fear their friends or community in danger. They typically live in the jungle. They're warriors and magic users, have a reputation for being generous and hospitable, and often have 1 or more prized possessions which they spend considerable time cleaning and maintaining. That gives you a +2 dex, +1 charisma, and you get the Alpha Howl ability. You can use your bonus action to unleash a frightening howl evoking fear from a single target you can see within 30 feet. Make a wisdom saving throw. Is DC 8 plus your charisma modifier plus your proficiency bonus. On a failed save, the creature is frightened until next turn. After you use the Alpha Howl, you can't use it against you. Finish a short or long rest. Originally, when I first read this, I thought this was a little kind of on the OP side, on top of having two tool proficiencies, a skill proficiency, and advantage on certain skill checks. But this is actually, I would say this is actually fairly well balanced. It's a +2 in one stat, a +1 in another. Fairly common for most classes, or most races. And this ability is it's a bonus action to use it. It's only single target, and they're only frightened until the end of your next turn. It's not something like a Frightful Presence or a Fear spell where they save every turn until the duration ends. This is only a single, basically a single round of frightened, any way you slice it. So that's actually not so bad. And it's short or long rest recharge, so you're not going to be doing this all the time. So I think that's pretty cool. Dusk Watcher, you have natural gifts for scouting and spying. The primary scouts. It's uncommon for one or more Dusk Watchers to be chosen to watch over a particular area of importance. In some cases, they I'll watch over a great importance. They never return home and devote their entire life to protecting it. +1 wisdom, so +2 dex, +1 wisdom. Very similar to an elf. Very good for your rangers, your druids, even your clerics. And Gaze of the Watcher, which is a really cool ability. After gazing at a wall within 5 feet, you can see through it as long as it is not thicker than 30 feet. You can maintain this magical sight for up to 5 minutes. After you use Gaze of the Watcher, you get it on a short or long rest. This is a really unique ability, and I mean, I'd say it's situational, but I feel like there's a lot of situations where this could be useful. My only thought is, if there's a wall, and I can see through the wall, but beyond that wall is another wall, can I see through the secondary one, as long as they're not 30 feet thick? Just a little question for those guys. I feel like that's something you could easily rule on as a dungeon master. But yeah, and it sounds like you can, well, after gazing at a wall within 5 feet, you can see through it. You can maintain this sight for 5 minutes. It specifically states when you stare at a wall. Does that mean that I can move? Can I, like, get up and walk up and down the length of this wall and still see through it? Because I have to focus on the wall to see through it. So I feel like if I walk and I look away from the wall and walk away, I lose my ability. It's not like a constant X-ray vision kind of a thing. But either way, again, fairly well balanced. An interesting race for those of you or have players or want to make NPCs that are monkeys, live in the jungle, live amongst the treetops. Honestly, I was surprised to not see some sort of prehensile tail ability. But that could get a little bit OP if having basically a third hand for checks, for attacks, for things like that. But yeah, that is the Salsu Monkey Race from the folks at 3 Cities Publishing. It is a pay what you want to get access to this this race. I'll leave the link down in the description if you guys want to go and pick it up for yourself. If you do, be sure, and you like it, and you play it, and you play test it, be sure this is a very popular thing that helps a lot of people, help decide whether they should get it, should pay for it, whether or not the people who made it should tweak it. Make sure you come down here and at least put a discussion point. If you think this is unfair, you think this is OP, you think this is weak, leave a discussion line in there that goes directly to the folks that have published it. That way they can see, like, oh, somebody said this. Because it's extremely easy for content creators here to go in and put out another version of this and update this. Like, my comments about the background, they could make a printer-friendly version one, which is just a white background with black text. And that would solve my issue. If you do like it, I see somebody here rated it 5 stars. They didn't leave a review, but you can click right here and you can put in a review as well. So let them know what you think. And you know what? What the hell? If you got it because you saw this video, why don't you just let them know, hey, I saw you on Nerd Immersion's video. What the hell, right? Get me a little promotion out of this too. But anyway, guys, This is, again, Salsu Monkey Race from 3 Cities Publishing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let them know what you think here on the DMs Guild. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and be sure to check out, stay on the channel, because next week there'll be another one of these, another Kickstarter Spotlight, as well as we'll be continuing our stream on Tuesday nights as we continue forward, the group having entered into a massive fighting tournament in a small town in the southeastern side of the Forgotten Realms. So, hey guys, I'll see you next time.